Hi there, welcome back to the studio. I'm Jim Cox, and this is another story. A long time ago when I was a kid, we called it shop class. Well, that's not it anymore. Then it became vocational education, and that's not it anymore either. Now it's technical education. But what we're talking about is what we need in this country. People that work with their hands. Work with their hands, build things, design things with their hands. Okay, maybe they use computers now to design something, but somebody has to run the tool that makes the piece that goes in the object that you're going to own. It's still there, working with your hands. Well, there's a guy that I want you to meet. He's from Bridgeport, Texas, and he teaches shop. His name is Terry Rye. He's from Bridgeport. In the day of coronavirus, glad to have you here. Terry, what is it called now?
Career and technical education.
Career and technical education.
Yes.
What does it involve now? Now that it's not VOED or now that it's not shop, what is it?
It's anything to do with careers, technical education. It's from ag classes to auto classes to family and consumer science classes to drone classes. Anything that gets the kids thinking about a career, thinking about something.
A career outside of?
Four-year universities.
Okay.
Which it just gets them knowing what's out there to help them decide on what they want to do for their future.
What I'd like to do is get Congress and the Senate to start thinking about something other than how do we lower the interest rate on the $100,000 education and how do we put that money into vocational education, technical education, and get on with life and create a whole new population of people making things here in this country. That's what I'd like to see. My politics are showing, aren't they? Sorry about that, but I've never been bashful. Terry, you run the class there at Bridgeport High School.
Yes, sir.
Bridgeport Bulls.
Bridgeport Bulls and Sissies.
And Sissies.
Yes.
The girls' teams are called the Sissies, and they almost won the state championship.
Yes.
Sissies. I like it.
Yes.
I used to race pretty close to you. What's that? Eagle
Canyon.
Eagle Canyon Raceway. That's a nice track.
Yeah.
And I understand they just repaved it.
Yeah.
I want to get back over there. Anyway, he teaches technical education, and it's focused on automotive.
Auto mechanics. Automotive technology, yeah.
And you've got 130 some kids?
133 students this year.
133 students in your class.
In my classes.
And of the students that you had last year and the year before, did they all graduate?
They all graduated, yes.
That's pretty good.
Well, that's very good.
How many did you have in the class that did this project we're going to talk about?
Altogether, I probably had close to 40 kids that they worked on the car.
Okay.
Worked on the car. Some of them graduated, didn't get to finish. Actually, the ones that finished the car graduated last year, the main ones.
Wow.
So
we're going to meet them at the next auction, aren't we?
You're going to get to meet 4 of them at the next auction that they actually didn't get to build the car. I mean, the ones that got to build the car, they're in their careers or they're at college. You're going to meet the ones that have taken it to car shows.
And doesn't one of them already have his own shop?
The one that, there's 2 of them that helped us get the car that do have their own shop in Bridgeport.
That's pretty cool. We're talking about the Bridgeport Independent School District.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
You got that right.
Okay. And Terry went to the Bridgeport ISD and he said, I want you to give me some money. How much did you ask for?
$22,000.
$22,000. That's not a big budget in the car world. I mean, nowadays I spend that much on a paint job. But $22,000 was a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And Bridgeport ISD said, Mr. Rye, what are you going to do with all this money? And you said,
we're going to build a car.
How about that? We're going to build a car.
Yes.
That's pretty bold. That's pretty brave.
I know them, and I had a presentation. They knew what I was. They knew what I was asking for.
You didn't walk in blind and
No, sir.
box of rockets.
No, sir.
You just, okay.
I went in and showed them what I wanted to do and how it would benefit the class, and they said yes.
That's pretty cool. What we're talking about is a 1965 replica Ford Cobra, the kind that Carroll Shelby made. You know, I can't go past without a little bit of history. It started out with an AC and an AC Bristol made in England. That was the original car. And that had a little 6-cylinder engine, and Carroll Shelby took a look at it and says, this is just what I need to put in a stomping V8. And so he put in the 289 Ford and later bumped it out to these fenders and this chassis and put in the 427 Ford engine, big V8. And that all became the legendary Cobra. Originally, it was the AC Cobra. But the body, the original body and chassis were British, AC company. And then it became an American company. And then it became, well, by now you've probably all seen the movie Ferrari versus Ford. I have a long history with Cobras. Used to race them. And I truly love the car. So I get kind of skeptical when somebody shows up with yet another replica. But when I heard the story behind the car, I'm all in. And I hope you are too. Terry, let's talk about the technical in this car. What motor?
302.
302. I love that motor. When they put the 427 in, you have the right harness and everything in there. You wear a 5-point harness. You got a crotch strap, shoulder straps, waist straps, okay? And in a 289, when you get all strapped in and the car is set up right, you can dance, baby. You can dance with that car. When they changed it out and they put in a 427, it was wham, tiptoe, tiptoe, wham, tiptoe, tiptoe. You can go good in a straight line, but it wasn't that much fun in the corners, and I'm not the only one that thinks that way. Anyway, this is a beautiful car that you guys have done. 302 motor, what transmission?
T5 transmission, Ford transmission.
Cool. You can't break that thing. Well, I did, but you're not supposed to. So it's a really good transmission. Differential?
Moser Ford.
Moser Ford, okay. That's better than the 9-bolt, actually. Who cares? The body came from?
Ultimate Classic Cars.
They're a Texas company.
They're a Texas company.
That's cool. And did they give you a break, I hope?
They did give us brakes.
Okay.
They actually gave us brakes, yes. They upgraded the brakes.
Not only the body, but the brakes.
The brakes, yeah.
Good company. So it's a right car. You started with kit body. You started with a kit chassis. And you had a group of 44 kids that all worked on it. Mm-hmm. What do you think? And now we've got a finished car.
Now we have a finished car.
And I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud of those kids for doing it. This car is going to be in our auction. And as you can imagine, because of how I feel, and how Terry feels, and how I know my customers really well, my good clients, and they will understand that this is a car built by students, and it's perfect. It's just right down to the edge. It's just really done well. So here's a big thing. We're going to sell it at an auction, and they're not just buying a Cobra, they're buying a story, and the story's about America and a little town called Bridgeport, Texas, and a bunch of kids that want to learn about cars. There's nothing better than a bunch of kids that want to learn, period. But in our case, and for all of us guys that are gearheads, kids that want to learn about cars. And this man is leading them. So they don't have any entry fee, and they're not paying any commissions, and so there's a whole lot of money to be saved, and therefore the bids on this car better be really high, or I'm going to be highly disappointed, and some of us are going to go toe-to-toe. Did you hear me? You too, David and Scotty. Did you hear me? Okay. One of you guys better end up with this piece. It is absolutely righteous, and it's because this man decided to do something. Okay, just this man. He got up off his butt and he did something. Everybody somewhere has ideas. The only people that succeed are the ones that do something about it. Thank you.
Thank you.